gonna come down and drop it. Let's try this. So that's him done. We only have the single arrow. Let's see. Does this work? Ooh. G'day chaps, welcome back. Here we are. Decided to continue. What can I say? This is the week after. So it's been an entire week since I've played. So forgive me if I have forgotten bits and bobs about what we're doing, but I'm sure you won't mind too much. Let's. I have a plan. I'm going to head to I forget the name of it. The Trappers. Is it Trappers Homestead? Because as you will know, we still don't have a hatchet, and that's the main concern. Once we've got a hatchet, I'm going to head back to them with our saplings, get them curing while I go exploring that area behind the dam. So, pretty happy with what's going on at the moment. That heavy wool sweater, I need to repair that. That's going to be worth getting some cloth for. So let's do that first. I'll just see if there are any curtains that we can take down. No, there aren't in here. Alright, let's leave it. I could break down that bedroll. I'll tell you what, I've had a hell of a week. So for example, it takes an hour and 30 minutes. Let's leave it. Let's just leave that. We'll take it with us. We can break it down at Trapper's Homestead if we don't find enough cloth there. But let's just go. I want to get out of here. I'm intent on getting moving. Yeah, so a hell of a week. Thursday, for example, was pretty crap, to be honest. I don't need those lines or hooks. Whetstone? No, I've got 2 already. That's more than enough. Okay, let's go. Yeah, I worked, got into the office at 8:30. Didn't leave the office until 9 PM. So, after 12 hours at work, I was still on calls with the UK. Our head office, the head office of our company, it's a financial firm and I work in marketing, in content. And everything is run out of London. London's the HQ. That's where I used to work, actually. I used to work in the headquarters of the company in London, then transferred over to Melbourne. And that's where all the development work gets done. So it's our company has a big focus on IT, because it's a trading platform, an online trading platform with apps. So everything is designed in-house. So you've got a lot of developers in London, and basically if you want to get anything done or if you need questions answered, you have to speak to London. So there was something urgent. I'm not going to go into the details, but there was something urgent that we had to resolve. I'd been asked to write content for something, but with writing you need to know all the answers. If you're really going to write something and have it clear for the customers, you need to understand exactly how it works and have all the questions answered. So I had some questions that nobody in the local office could answer. So we had training on a call from 7 till 8, and then I had to stick around for 2 more calls after 8 PM as well. That just gives you a little taste of how my week was. And then today, I've just got back from the dentist. I've just had a filling done. So, yes, it's been one of those weeks. So, I have a plan to make lots of content for the channel this weekend. I want to. There's some interesting stuff that I've found over the last week. Last week, obviously, I just made this series. I didn't make any gaming news and updates, which I think I really should be doing on a regular basis. But last week, I didn't do that because I just wanted to relax. Time was a bit limited. So while I'm planning to do that this week, I'm not going to do it today. So this is the Saturday. Today I just want to relax. And yeah, the best way I could think of doing that was jumping back into the long dark with you guys. Probably put this out there, actually. And spending some time with you. Playing this fantastic game. Obviously we're continuing the series. We're up to episode 7 now. We are continuing. I stopped basically because I'd kind of run out of energy at the end of the day. It was Sunday night when I finished recording the last one. And I don't want to. I didn't want to say that I was going to continue this series because I don't want to make promises I don't keep. At the risk of disappointing people. I think it's better to say that something's not ending or probably won't continue, and then continuing with it anyway. I think that's a slightly better approach. So that's what I'm doing here. Yes. So there's a lot of stuff that I noticed. I noticed there's a really interesting new survival game set in space. So I want to cover that. And some updates to No Man's Sky. It looks like there's been some more information released now. And what's his name? The guy who's behind the studio mentioned The Long Dark when he was talking about No Man's Sky. He actually mentioned The Long Dark as one of his favourite games at the moment, which I actually found really encouraging. Because seeing that No Man's Sky is a single player and it's all about exploration, if they can take some of the fantastic things that are in this game and apply it to No Man's Sky, then that makes it much more promising for me. Much more promising. But the really tricky thing is finding that balance between relaxation and excitement. Because that, for me, is the real thing that Hinterland have got right. The Long Dark is just so well balanced, and it's so rare because it is so well balanced. That's a very tricky thing to get right, especially because they're not doing any kind of alpha or beta. They're just jumping into what they think is a full finished game. And I don't know why any game developer at all does that anymore. Especially for an indie developer, unless you are Rockstar Studios and you're producing the next GTA and you've got an enormous budget, like Rockstar did, to do all the testing, to get X number of people to come and bug test your game and really just thrash out all the smallest little kinks in it. Why would you release a fully fledged game saying it's done to the public anymore? And why would you risk the disappointment that people are going to experience, and they will experience, and they'll get angry, especially if you're charging $60 like they are for No Man's Sky. Why would you risk it? Why wouldn't you do an alpha or a beta? I don't understand that logic at all. It's the same thing that happened with X Stillbirth. They didn't do an alpha or a beta. They just released what they said was a fully fledged game, and it was shocking. It was appalling. It was full of bugs. It wouldn't run. If they'd have actually done an alpha or a beta, people are so patient and understanding, and it's a completely different mindset. The player is in it with the developers, as opposed to expecting everything to be done and ironed out. So I really don't understand why any developer at all ever would not do an alpha or a beta release. It doesn't make sense. Right, let's stop rambling and concentrate, shall we? How are we doing for food? Oh, we've got loads of food we need to eat. We've got this MRE. We've got stuff we have to eat. There's not much meat on this thing. I'll come back to this. Let's just see how we do first. If we don't find anything here, of course, I'm going to head up to the to the lookout. That's our next best bet. And after that, I'm not quite sure where to look after that if we haven't found a hatchet by then. Maybe we just give up on the dam and move on. I don't know. But if we get that far and we still haven't found a hatchet, there's something wrong. That would be an exceptional situation. It doesn't look like there's one in here. No. Got some good stuff though. We've got more rifle ammo. Someone did ask why I'm collecting the rifle ammo as I don't have a gun. And this is because, yeah, basically if I continue the series beyond this little challenge we've set ourselves, if I choose to carry on playing, you know, on my own time or as a series, I don't want to go around having to collect all the ammo again. So we've got the snare, rifle cleaning kit, which we don't need, cloth. Let's have a look. All good and well. I'll drop some of this. Sewing kit. I'll just pick everything up first, and then we'll take a look at where we stand.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
The weather's still good, so I'm tempted to carry on moving while we can. There's nothing else. Let's just do this quickly. Okay, so that was around 25, wasn't it? Yep, and then... okay. So 25 and the next one was around 15, I think. I can hear the wind picking up. Okay, this is the slow bit. So, I'm probably going to keep moving. There's a hunting cabin. Not a cabin, a hunting hut. I think might be worth checking. Well, thank you, Willoist, by the way, for letting me know about, what's it called, Katie's Secluded Shelf on Desolation Point. I had no idea it existed. Ah, I went past it. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I had no idea you could even go up there, so... excuse me for mucking this up. I'm trying to concentrate on speaking and doing this at the same time. So there's a spot in Desolation Point that I had no idea about. And if you go up there, there's a chance that you can find a bow and arrows, or arrowheads. But, very good. Another MRE. Don't need those tools. Right. We're pretty tired. But I might keep moving regardless. I'm quite impatient at the moment. I really want to keep going. I'll keep one of those. We're quite heavy. I have two options. The smart thing, the boring thing, would be to stay here overnight. Yeah, I've got quite a lot of crap that I've collected. Let's get rid of a little bit of weight. 4 hours left. That's probably not wise to keep going. So let's do the things we should do. Let's be smart about it. We're pretty tired. We're in no particular rush. I do want to break this down and repair that heavy sweater. Pretty sure that's better than the thin sweater. Let's do this. This is the non-viewer friendly part of the long dart, I suppose. I watch Akirai's videos and I often skip the parts where he's doing inventory management. Okay, so that gives us a bonus, which means we can break that down. We have too much cloth already, so let's just drop it. I'll just repair these really quick. Just give me 1 minute, and then I'm going to drop a bunch of stuff, sleep, and we'll be on our way. So I'm not going to make a meal of this. The hunting hut, as I remember, is kind of off to the left of eat the crappy stuff first. Off to the left of the more direct route to the lookout. So we're going to kind of keep to the left as we walk. It is surrounded by a bear and 3 wolves, 4 wolves, something like that. So we'll have to play by ear as well. We don't need that. Drop that one. I think we have. I can't remember exactly. I think we have enough sewing kits. I'm going to lose a bit of weight now. Probably don't need that many whetstones either. I'll keep all that. Alright, let's bed down. Let's get moving. Always going to check under the bed just in case. The long dark, really, you find stuff in the most unusual places. Let's have a look. What else? They need to go. And let's take. Do we have enough calories? Let's get rid of that one. Let's go for 6 hours, so we get past the coldest couple of hours at the start of the day. And we have question marks. Now, is that fog? It's probably fog, because I can't hear the storm. Let's have a look. Yeah. Pretty bad. Let's sleep it off, we're in no rush. Let's go for 2 hours. Yep. 9 hours of daylight, that's good too, because that's improved the temperature, so let's eat and get out of here. This MRE I'm going to need to get rid of pretty soon. 22% condition is quite bad. I've got sick from that before. Let's see. Can I get rid of anything else? Not really. Okay, let's go. 33 kilos, not too bad. Oh, I had another comment to not say how long the episodes are going to be either, so thank you for that feedback. It's valid feedback. I really appreciate it. Maybe I shouldn't really say how long an episode or a series is going to be, because it ruins the suspense. So let's just say that I'll keep it more or less to 30-40 minutes, just as a kind of a rough guideline, but we'll keep that flexible as well, depending on what's actually going on. Just really, I want to really just want to start making some progress towards our goals. Oh, the other thing I was thinking, I should have mentioned this up at the start of this episode. In terms of the overall goal of this series, I was looking through the achievements. One of the achievements I haven't got is what's it called? Beneath the Starry Skies, where you spend 3 nights out in the open. You have to survive 3 nights in the open. So there's something that would be, if we manage to get that far, and if I haven't lost patience yet, assuming we've got a hatchet and bow and arrows and all that good stuff, that would be something we could aim for. The other thing that would be pretty good is to set ourselves a challenge of X number of bears to try to kill with bows and arrows, because that's pretty much guaranteed to lead to death unless you're very lucky or very good or very careful or any kind of combination of the above. But yeah, I've seen Accurais do it, take down bears with bows and arrows, but that was only in a certain place. Basically, he was using a house that had rails around outside it, so it provided some sort of protection against the bear. I would like to test out a mechanic that I've seen somebody do, and I don't know if the Hinterland have fixed it or what, but with bears, where you use, my torch trick, where you drop the torch and you stop the wolf in its tracks. I've seen that used on bears as well, and I'd really like to know if that actually works or not. I also wonder if Hinterland are working on new animations for the wolves. I think I've seen that mentioned somewhere before. Because the deers picked up new animations in the last patch, along with the trees and grass getting movement in the wind, which I thought was a really nice addition. Okay, it's a little bit foggy, but not too bad. There's that sapling on the left, which we obviously can't get yet. Now, as I said, I'm sticking kind of to the left of the map as I walk my way around. I'm kind of sure, I'm not going to say very sure, but I'm reasonably confident that we head over this hill here and we should see that the lake and the hunting hut, where I hope we find a hatchet. I'm pretty astounded that we haven't come across one, to be honest. I don't think I've ever had a game where I've played this long and I haven't come across an essential tool. On the other hand, I've not been stopping to check everything. I've not been playing in a sort of, I guess what I'd call a normal way. I've set myself certain goals, to get to Mystery Lake, get to the dam, things like that. I don't know. It's quite enjoying this series just because it's different. It's not survival by any means necessary. Placed restrictions on ourselves made it that much harder. Funnily enough, and this may be jinxing the game, but we haven't actually sprained an ankle, I don't think, the entire time we've played. Which again is very, very, very unusual. Okay, so is this where I think it is? Let's have a look. It looks right. So here's a lake. We have to be very, very careful here. So let's get out our torch. Oh, we've only got 2 torches. That's not really good. should really have more than that. Yeah, we're in the right place. I've just seen that hunting hut. I'll be prepared to use a flare here if we have to, because this place is pretty much infested with wolves, and I know that a bear comes around here. Oh, there's a wolf. So we're going to run this stretch. I've been attacked and I killed at this point before. Something's picked up on us. Ooh, ha ha ha! Well, hello. Well, hello. That's interesting, isn't it? How about that? G'day, boy. Where is he? I'm not going to shoot him in the back of the head, because we only have this single arrow. We really can't afford it. If we're going to do this, we really need to use the old trick. The torch trick, I'm thinking. So how are we going to get out of this? We've got 2. Let's do this. I'm going to come down and drop it. Let's try this. So that's him done. We only have the single arrow. Let's see. Does this work? Ooh, that was close. We have our arrow. Oh, 2 in 1. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. That's a result. Oh, talk about a game changer. Hey? Do we? I think. I can't remember. Do we have arrowheads back at the dam? I think we might do. We have plenty of tinder, plenty of food. I'm not gonna get these at the moment. I'm not gonna get the cattails at the moment, and I don't need to have this lit. That's obviously a massive result. That's a game changer. Very, very happy about that. I'm going to get those Old Man's Beard, because that means we can create the better bandages and drop the antiseptic, which is quite heavy. So I'm going to collect that. Have to keep our eyes open for the bear. I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. I think we played that pretty well. Making sure, because we've only got this single shot, we had to make sure we hit them right in the head. We didn't injure them and have them run off with it. Yeah, I think that was pretty good. Pretty happy with that. The weather's not looking great, but it's not too cold. We're at -4, +4, sorry. Still no sign of the bear. I didn't collect those pelts, by the way, because I just think we're too far from the dam. Wolves are not difficult to come across or kill, and we have food that we have to eat, so it's really not worth picking up the meat and that extra weight at the moment. We're already too heavy, so it was really just about removing that threat. Right, let's crack on, shall we? I'm tempted to start a fire just to get ourselves some more torches. We only have... Oh, that bow's at 45% and the arrow's at 42. That's not great. So we only have these 2 torches, and the torches, I kind of use them as my lifeline. What was that? Oh no. I thought I saw a body, a carcass. So I am tempted to start a fire. 7 hours of daylight left. We're not cold though. We still have enough. Let's just see how we get on. I want to keep moving. Ooh. There's a body. Is that a human body? Looks like a human body. There's all the wind's picking up, so we're going to need to move. That can always develop into a storm quickly. Ah, crap. That just changed. Is the temperature's going to drop? We're going to need to really crack on. I was thinking there might be a hatchet next to that body. So we're winded, but we're okay. Not too tired, so I can afford to run. It's too windy to light a torch. So now I'm really concerned about a storm coming in, and I just really want to find some kind of shelter. Temperature's dropped a bit. Need to find my bearings. Not entirely sure which the best direction is. But because I'm not quite sure of my bearings, I also want to check over this side here, just for exploration's sake. Let's have a look. If I find a cave now, I will stay in the cave. Wolf there. Run, 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 run. Run around here. You see that? He was just on the right hand side there. Let's see what happens. Again, not really sure what's over this hill here, over this ridge. That looks like, yes, that's the entrance area to the lookout, so we're going the right way. I need to be very careful going down here, so I'm just going to do it in very small movements, a bit at a time. Now there's a bear who likes to live around here, along with I think 2 wolves maybe, so I will definitely use this flare if there's any sign of danger. So I can see a wolf. Alright, I know where we are. So there's the road coming in. There's a wolf there in the middle. There's another wolf chasing a deer off to the right. So that takes that out of the equation. And the one in the middle is turned away from us, so I think we're safe. Let's go for it. There's no sign of the bear. Let's run. Don't need to worry about tiredness now. Be nothing on this guy, I imagine. Ooh. Do we have a jacket? I really can't remember. What do we have? Yeah. Alright, so we don't need that. Drop that. Got more cloth than we need. Probably need to drop some cloth actually. Okay, so we're safe. Let's get home. What? What? No way. That's a surprise. I'm not going to risk losing our arrow on this guy. Now he's running precisely the wrong way. Now he's running the right way. Excellent. Good. Okay, good. We're safe now. I don't need that. I know you could say I'm wasting a flare by not carrying it, but I'm really not expecting anything anymore on the way up to the lookout. And I just find the sound quite annoying. It's quite loud. So that's the result. If we can craft some other arrows. At least we've got some kind of defense. That bow's not really going to last very long at all, but it's better than nothing. And I wonder, and I don't actually know, but I imagine this is the case, that the worse condition the bow is, the less accurate your aim is. I don't know, because I've only really seen that with the rifle, but it would make sense that that's the case. Now, Hinterland are not stupid people, so yeah, do let me know if that's the case, if you know. So if we don't find a hatchet up here, I'm kind of struggling to think where else we could really look. There is the train cars, sort of part of the way on the train tracks on the way to the dam. We could try those. I really don't want to have to search all of Mystery Lake in the hopes of finding a hatchet in some random location. That's just going to take too long. It's not very interesting. I'd probably just move on from here and leave. Maybe move on to the next area straight away even. And just carry on. Just go play somewhere else. I want to carry on exploring and keep it interesting. The temperature's not too bad. We just got the tiredness just about right. Obviously we're very hungry and thirsty, but that's okay. We can build a fire up here. And I'm going to eat our MRE. If we get sick, we can sleep it off. Just checking around the outside in case. No, nothing. It's always worth checking around. Ha! Another rifle. Not bad condition either. And rifle ammo. Ah! Finally! Ah, I'm going to screenshot that. That's glorious. It only took 7 episodes. I'm happy with that. That's good. That's good. That's very good. Okay. I think we're in a good place here. I'm going to do some inventory management. I'm going to boil up some water. I'm going to sleep. All that stuff. The stuff that is not very interesting to watch. Drop the gear I don't need. And then I'll pick up the game in the next... I'll do all that stuff and then I'll carry on in the next episode. This hunting rifle, I wonder, do we take this back to the dam and just leave it there? I'm not going to use it, but is it a good idea to do that? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Or do we stick to our own rules and just remember it's there? We'll see. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, chaps and chapette. Yeah. See you in the next one. We're going to be hunting saplings. So I guess I'm going to head back towards Trapper's homestead. I need to get those saplings. And yeah, back to the dam, start curing, and onwards and upwards. Ciao for now.